Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Bunch of Nuts podcast. This is Dan here at Cass. Cass, this week, ton of drama with the scheduling. We have politicians. Shout out Tex, the politician, trying to ban noon kickoffs for the state of Ohio if they're inside the AP top 10. Want to make that clear. He's not banning noon games. It's just if your team is inside the AP top 10 the new games are banned.
Did you know though? Did you know? Yeah, people are freaking out, but it hasn't been confirmed that it's a noon kickoff.
Yeah, and that's so funny. I mean,
People are just assuming Fox, Big Noon.
well here I'm playing devil's advocate here. I don't think if it changed from a noon kickoff to a little later, I don't think it'd be Ohio State who changed it. I think
Fox.
Texas. I think Texas might have some
Texas,
pull here because
yeah, but Texas won't have no pull because they have no TV rights with Fox.
but Texas is also very influential. You forget this. And for them, it's like a 9 o'clock game, I believe, 10 o'clock game.
No, it'd be a
It's it's 10
10 or 11.
it's 10 or 11. I think what is 10
10.
central. It's pretty sure it's 10. That's still super early. Like I could see them fighting this just as much as Ohio State. So like Texas is kind of like our ally here on just getting the game moved from noon and then like let's go to war against them. But everyone like
It's only an hour behind us.
okay, yeah, I'm not Austin's weird. It could be central, could be mountain, I don't know.
There's Central Time.
It's like in the middle there. But yeah, I could see them fighting this too. But the
Well, they
problem,
didn't fight it last year against Michigan, so
but they could this year. They have every right now. They could, but with the schedule,
in reality though, like you said, you brought up the Big Ten and Big 12 schedules.
terrible.
Like, who else is Fox going to get?
Yeah, no. So the Big Ten schedule that week it is horrid. Week 0. It's like the best game is Michigan versus New Mexico. I'm pulling up the schedule right here. Give me 1 second, Cass. Big Ten week 1, and it's just a Saturday. We have University at Albany at Iowa, Northwestern at Tulane, Colorado at Washington, Colorado State at Washington, Western Michigan, Michigan State, Montana State, Oregon, Missouri State, USC, New Mexico, Michigan, Ball State, Purdue. Could that would be a fun one at noon. Give the people what they want.
It'd be on Big Ten Network.
Old Dominion, Indiana, Florida Atlantic, Maryland, Nevada, Penn State, Texas, Ohio State, and then there's Utah versus UCLA. That could, but the problem is both those teams are out west, so they're not going to put that before noon. Um, and
And
then
then the Big 12, I have the Big 12.
yeah, you got the Big 12 perfect. Let's do it.
So the Big 12, they have one, two, three, four Thursday night games. Baylor Auburn is on Friday, and Kansas Wagner is on Friday. As long as Georgia, see this game, Georgia Tech Colorado is is ESPN Friday night.
All right. To be fair, that's going to be a banger. That's going to be a fun game.
Yeah,
And
and
I
then
will say they
the
are
only
carrying week 0. They are carrying week 0 with Iowa State, Kansas State.
yeah. So then you get into Saturday, and you have West Virginia, Robert Morris, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Texas Tech, North Dakota, Kansas State, South Dakota, Iowa State, Portland State, BYU, Northern Arizona, Arizona State, which is going to be a 10 p.m. kickoff. Book it. Hawaii, Arizona, Utah, UCLA
Because that's a
are your
crossover.
Saturday games.
So
Oh, and TCU, North Carolina, which is ESPN on Monday night.
So, like you said, there's been no official announcement time. We're positive it's going to be a noon.
It's going to be noon.
I'm positive it's going to be noon, but let's have some fun here, Cass. Let's just say there's a chance that it gets changed. Which game is going to be the big noon kickoff in place of Ohio State, Texas if it gets changed?
Well, they did it in 2019. Florida Atlantic, Ohio State. Well, actually,
Florida Atlantic, Maryland, I could see.
no, it would been New Mexico, Michigan,
I think that could be
or or the hype around Penn State,
Nevada, yeah.
um, Penn State, Nevada, we on they've done it before where they've done Florida, Atlanta. I mean, heck, they put Marshall and Ohio State on Big Noon Kickoff last year.
Yeah.
So if they do indeed say, "All right, Gus and Joel, we're going to do an 8 o'clock game in the shoe, um, 8 o'clock game in the shoe on Fox," and then they'll be like, they'll call up NBC, Noah Eagle and Todd Blackledge. You're getting Nevada, Penn State at noon.
You know what game I think on that list could make a decent noon game based on how both programs have been? Old Dominion versus Indiana, because Indiana coming off the playoff berth, people are going to be interested. Old Dominion, they've always been that pesky team from
I feel
um
like that's a FS1 game at 4 o'clock.
you think I could see that being a good
So
noon.
here, let's break it down. So week one, Big Ten, Big Ten schedule, right? At noon, Ohio State, Texas, Fox.
Yep.
3:30. I'm booking it right now. Nevada and Penn State
I
on
I
CBS.
I think Michigan, New Mexico is going to be at 3:30.
I don't know. I think it'll be 3:30, but I don't think it'd be Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I
And
think there's
then
another 3:30 slot though. They could go in.
yeah, there'll be like a 4 o'clock. I
Big Ten.
Indiana Old Dominion will be 8 o'clock Big Ten Network, and then I'll give
Yeah.
Michigan and is it New Mexico?
Yeah.
I'll give Michigan, New Mexico at at 4 o'clock on Fox.
I can see, I think Montana State, Oregon, that will be a a
I
7:30.
think
You could do 7:30, right? Or
yeah,
7.
I think the Utah UCLA is going to be the NBC primetime game.
Northwestern Tulane will be at noon. That's a sneaky one. I don't
Yeah,
that's a sneaky one.
Michigan State, Western Michigan, Michigan.
Night.
I'm surprised that's night game, big BTN.
That's night game central. That's
But
like
yeah, Utah UCLA is getting those 7:30 NBC slot
yeah.
because
But
Nika.
all right. Enough of the schedule, enough of Big Noon. It's going to be a noon game. They haven't officially announced it, but like there's conflicting sources because like Clay Hall has said like he confirmed it. Like 11 Warriors confirming it, but like
Oh yeah, it's gonna be noon.
there's some people on Twitter saying, "Oh, it's not officially confirmed." It's going to be noon. But this episode, bro, we wanted to do a list, and I really like this list. It is the most important and toughest games of Ohio State's season. Kind of just going through the schedule real quick.
Yeah.
We're ranking the top 12 games from, the most important on the schedule, but also a mix of like what's going to be tough. So you got to weigh them kind of equally.
So here's the schedule here. We got week one versus number three Texas. These are preseason rankings, by the way. Week two, um, Grambling State. Week three, Ohio. Bye week at Washington. On week five. Week six is Minnesota. Week seven at Illinois. Week eight at Wisconsin. Week nine is a bye week. Week 10, home against number one Penn State. Week 11 at Purdue. Week 12 UCLA. Week 13 Rutgers. Week 14 at number 20 Michigan. That's the schedule. So let's go ahead and rank them. And we'll start with number 12 and work our way up.
Consensus number 12.
Grambling State, 3:30 BTN because that's going to be the alumni band game.
I've seen empty glass bottles on the sidewalk that will have more value than the ticket to this game. Like I you could put the ticket at $1 and
They
I'm like,
should
you
like
might even want to go.
when the ticket package comes in June, just give that game away free.
Just give it to the homeless. Give it to charity. I don't want to go to this. It's gonna
And
be
this
hot.
is number it's the 12th toughest game, like I said.
I'm gonna end up at the game just because I inevitably will at this point in the season because it's the second game I'm gonna show up because I'm like, oh, I want to go, but it's not gonna be worth your money. I'm just telling you
Yeah,
that.
that's a BTN 3:30 alumni band game.
Yep. You're gonna see all the backups and the third stringers. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Um,
Tavion St. Clair throws for a touchdown pass.
yeah, if you look, give the
Over.
whole ticket package to the Bellefontaine High School field trip.
But
Um, they'll be ecstatic. Number
that,
11. Go to number 11.
I've got at Purdue. I just think Purdue's gonna be really bad.
I do too. The only thing is, like, it's Max Clare returns, but like, even if Max Clare has a bad game, we're still gonna beat them by 50. Like, in
We,
theory,
we almost did with Kyle McCord in the rain.
yeah, we're still gonna smack Purdue.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be very bad.
Is that
Um,
your number 11 as well?
it was. This is where we begin to differ. Um,
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I have number 10, Ohio University. They're a decent team. I think Ohio State's got a pretty tough schedule this year. I think Ohio's a decent team. They're going to want to come up and play against the Buckeyes, but let's be real. Ohio State is going to curb stomp them because Brutus is looking for revenge from the 2008 game when the Bobcat tackled Brutus in 2008. So it's Brutus's revenge game, and that's going to be 8 o'clock BTN.
I like it. I'm for me. I might have this team lower than a lot of people. I just as a New Jerseyan, uh, I've been following Rutgers football a lot, and I just think this year they're going to be down a little bit. They lost Monungai, did the draft. They 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 I think are just not going to be that good this year. They played us tough last time. I'm not worried about Rutgers though. So I put this at 10. I think they'll give us fits at times maybe for like a quarter, maybe make things interesting, score a couple times, but I still think we win this by a lot. So I have that at 10. There's a bit minimal pressure too on that game.
This is going to be one of those games late in the year. It's going to be one of those games where last year we were like, "Why is this game on Big Noon Kickoff?" I don't know why I screamed Big Noon Kickoff noon game for this game.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Purdue game. It really does. But anyways, I have that. I kind of switched it up from the list that I gave you, but I have that as my number 9 game.
So for
So
my and I like that. For my number 9, I put Ohio ahead of Rutgers because Ohio, they're always strong in the MAC. I think they had a winning record last year. Did they
they
win?
had they had O'Rourke before he went to Indiana.
They did that, and they've always been
They
competitive.
went to the MAC championship game.
Yeah, they're a quality program. And here's the thing. It's gonna be tough because these kids they they feel like they've been overlooked by Ohio State. All the guys
Will Kazmarek return.
they've been told like they can't play. You guys can't play at Ohio State. You have to go play at OU. Most of them. This is a big game. Like they're gonna give a great effort, and also I think it's important because it's an in-state game. Like Ohio State needs to win this handedly. I think it's just so we can't hear the OU fans chirp. I don't want them to be like, oh, we only lost by 21. Like we got to beat them by like 50. Um, so that's why I have that higher than I think some people would.
Yeah, number 9. I have a weird 3:30 game for Ohio State. I have the row the boat Minnesota Golden Gophers PJ Fleck. I don't know how good they're going to be next year, so it's really tough. So I have them at 8.
So my eight, I have Wisconsin. I just think
I have them at 7, by the way.
I don't think it's that important other than Luke Fickle.
It's important for Fickle.
That's really, yeah, it's important for Fickle. It's not really important for Ohio State. If we lose to Wisconsin, everyone will be like, "Oh, Wisconsin's back." The loss won't look that bad. If we beat Wisconsin, it's just like, "Oh, Ohio State beat Wisconsin. Nice." Like water's wet. So, and also with Wisconsin, I think they're going to be down this year too. I love Fickle. I don't see I don't understand where I don't see the talent. I don't think they
Yeah.
have talent right now.
I yeah, they're a hard team to judge. I just ranked them higher Rutgers than Minnesota because it's at Camp Randall. I've been to Camp Randall at night. It's pretty intense
Yeah,
because that's going to be a night game.
and this could be the trap game of all trap games. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
because of who they played before.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Cass, who's your seven?
I mean, six. Oh, Wisconsin's my seven.
Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah, so you had it a little higher because of the night atmosphere and it being on the road.
Yeah.
For me, my number seven, and really maybe I put this a little high. I don't know. You had this, I think, even higher. I put UCLA here.
Yeah, six.
I think we're gonna smoke them, but it's important just because of the Nico drama. I think the Nico just coming back to the shoe, it's that just makes this game so hilarious. So it's got to be
And
high.
and unfortunately, this will be the Big Ten night game in the shoe.
Don't hate it, honestly. Don't hate it.
I
Um,
don't either because we'll probably be there because it's one of those games where we're gonna choose in that ticket package because it's UCLA, their new Big Ten team.
with Nico, that ticket has become very more attractive. I like much more
Yeah,
attractive. 100%.
and think about it. He comes back and plays his only two games in the shoe at night in November, and it's cold again. So that was my number six.
My number six is Minnesota. I had them up. I just I'm hearing a lot of rumblings from the grapevine that Minnesota is going to be sneaky good this year, and I think this is a take where like right now in May, people might not believe in Minnesota. But like I've seen projections where people are saying they are a very dark horse, but a dark horse to make the playoff, believe it or not. People are saying it could be like in Indiana. That's what some talking heads are saying. So I think
I had their dark horse to make the Tampa Bay Bowl,
is that the old Outback Bowl?
the Reliquest Bowl. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But that's why I have that at six because I think Minnesota's going to be a little better than people expect, and when it comes time to play, it's going to be a big game.
Number five, I have at Washington. I was kind of flipping a coin between this one and my number four, and I came with Washington because first Big Ten game on the road in Seattle, probably at night on uh on NBC, probably Dan's tailgate because it's his birthday weekend.
Oh yeah, well,
So
probably.
it's a it's an important game. Washington's going to be pretty good, I think, but I just think the team above them, who I have number four, is going to be a little bit better.
I agree. I think I really like Washington. Their coaching, it's their stadium's gorgeous. It's going to be a tough place to play.
Loud.
It's going to be loud. Is it the most important though? No, because it like we said, this is a game this is a game on the schedule where you can drop this one, believe it or not, and you're fine as long as you beat if you beat Texas or like in Penn State and all like you beat win those games and you lose this, so be it. Like I don't think Washington would is going to be contending for the Big Ten. So a loss to them, it's a loss, but it wouldn't set you back. And it's a loss on the road, so it wouldn't in a tough place to play. I just think when you look at it from that perspective, it's you could. I'm not saying Ohio State's going to drop it. I'm just saying if they were to drop it, it's not the end of the world. Kind of like Wisconsin.
Yeah. Was that your fifth too?
Yeah.
So my number four is Illinois.
Yep.
Illinois is going to be pretty darn good team. Brett Millima is going to be there. We haven't played there since 2016. We haven't played Illinois, I think, since 2016 or 17.
I think it was with
We
Haskins.
haven't we haven't played there since 2015.
Yeah, no, I think the
And
last
we played
with
the last time we played him was it with Haskins?
I want to say it was Haskins,
It,
dude.
yeah, it's been a long time since we've played. No, it was JT Barrett in the monsoon because we were beating them so bad they put Haskins in,
That's why I remember. Yeah, Haskins.
and then they Illinois scored a couple times and they put JT Barrett back in the game.
Yeah, no, that's why I remember that. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, it was 2017. Then. Yeah, you're
but
right.
it's been 10 years since we played in Champaign,
That's crazy. I really
and
like
it's for a trophy.
Luke Illibuk. Luke
The
Altmaier.
Illinois
Luke Altmaier too. He's become a pretty solid college quarterback. So I think that's going to be a really good test. When you have a guy who threw for 22 touchdowns last year, 6 picks, um, he's gonna. I mean, he's really looking to be a legit quarterback in the Big Ten. As long as he stays healthy, that's gonna be a fun one. I want to see what that guy's got.
for sure. So what was that? Your number four?
That was my number four. Your number three. This is where we completely differ here.
Well, I changed. I should have sent it to you, but my one and two flip flop. By the way, number three, I have Texas because think about it. Yeah, it's week one. It's going to be a tough game, but when it comes to most important, you drop this game, it's not. It will hurt, but it's for confidence. But it's not the end all be all because if you lose, you're gonna lose to a top 10, top five opponent and you have opportunities because this schedule is pretty tough. You have opportunities to go through and win the Big Ten still. Like all your goals would still be in place at the moment of the where it's scheduled.
I like it. For me, number three, I said it's Penn State. Um, all the pressure this
I have
year,
them too.
all the pressure this year is on them.
Yeah.
100%. We have this at home. Right then and there, I think we
Big
have
noon.
probably Big Noon. We have the advantage from the toughness aspect. Important. We I don't think it's that important because if they're supposed to be the best team, like people are saying, and you drop a close one, yeah, you might not win the Big Ten, but like it would be like losing to Oregon last year. It doesn't derail your season. I will say, like, I want to beat Penn State, and I think we're going to beat Penn State, but I just,
It's James Franklin too.
yeah, yes. Number two, this is where I'll let you go, but yeah, James Franklin.
I have Penn State number two. I flipped it. James Franklin's coach. Um, I think they're great. They're a really good football team, but they lost a lot on defense too. Abdul Carter. Who's that Abdul Carter? Like they have
Lamar Harrington Jr.
they have Singleton and they have Katron Allen. They have Drew Aller. They have decent receivers, but there's no Tyler Warren. You lost some offensive line, and you still have James Franklin. But it is an important game. Um, it's going to be a tough game because it always is in the shoe. But we got them at home, and this will be the last time we play them for a while in on the schedule. So, Dan, I pose this next question. There's a chance that we could play a couple of these teams twice. We could play Penn State twice. We could play Texas twice. Heck, we could play Penn State three times.
Here, yeah.
So that's my number two.
I put Texas at number two because it would legit call me crazy. It just you don't want to lose to Texas after you just beat them to go to the national championship. You want to it's important for the legacy of last season to follow up, I think, and beat them. It's also critical because they're an SEC team. And it's yeah,
Keep that winning streak going against them.
Exactly. Ohio State versus Penn State, we could win or lose. At the end of the day, we're always one's going to win and one's going to drop. This is a chance to really beat Texas. I also think too with like the Arch Manning hype, it's so important to win this. Especially they have the speedy receiver Wingo. They have a really good. They got Hero Canoe who transferred to them. People forget about that. It's a real big test
They
this,
lost a lot too.
and I'm not saying like you had them at 3 and your logic was like, yeah, you don't want to you like we can drop this and you're absolutely we could lose this, but you don't want to lose this, dude. You want to win,
No,
set your season up. You win this one, you can then drop the Penn State game because
yep,
you have a huge win over Texas. As long as Texas is, doesn't flake out, which I don't think they'll be like I don't think they'll end outside the AP top 25. Like I would assume they're going to be a top 12 team. It would be a lot would have to happen for them to stink it up next year.
right, right.
So that's why I think that's my reasoning why it's number two.
Number one, I have Michigan. It's that can Ryan Day beat them with his own team that he recruited? Can Ryan Day finally get that monkey off his back to beat that team up north? And finally, can we get the dumb idiot Michigan fans to shut up?
It's the number one for me because we gotta beat them. They're our
We got
rival.
we got to beat them. They're our
I
rivals.
I don't want to hear the people on Twitter. I don't want to hear the people on Twitter for another
You
year.
can't count to six, by the way.
You can't. Yeah, yeah. Just completely.
They're annoying.
No, they're just trying to find reasons to like come at us. And I won't even tweet about Michigan, and they'll like come at us about Michigan, and just like I don't
Yeah,
care. I literally do not care. But I want to be. I want to smack them. So that's why it's number one. It's always going to be number one, never a doubt.
never doubt.
Yeah, but I mean that's really all I got, brother.
Oh, I got
Um, Bill proposed. Now I'm see if there's anything else. On.
Kenny Peterson
Oh,
beating
that
the.
was sick. Sick.
And then Coach McGuff, man. Did you see the body cam photo? About
Honestly,
that?
kind of a wild week in Twitter. We had Kenny Peterson who just smacked the heck out of some dude. You had Coach McGuff, DUI, and then you had Kyle Snyder get arrested.
It's set up for
Yeah,
prostitution.
it was poor. So crazy week, man. I'm glad it's still current football players though. Just want to point that out. Good job.
Yeah, I'm glad too. I
Yeah.
mean, and then the NFL schedule came out this week. Um, let's talk. I mean, I kind of want to talk about the Thanksgiving Day games real quick. You got the Packers at the Lions. You have the Chiefs at the Cowboys and the Bengals at the Ravens. In recent history, tell me this is not the best Thanksgiving Day lineup you have seen in a long time.
I think the Bengals Ravens makes it.
Oh yeah, because usually it's like the Saints versus
The
the Falcons
Charge
or
Saints versus Chargers. There's like some random
yeah.
Saints
And the
versus
Christmas Day games are nice too. Like you have the Vikings, you have the Lions and Vikings, and you have
Broncos
the
Chiefs. Like last year, the
Broncos
Thanksgiving
Chiefs.
night game, it was Dolphins at Packers in November. Like, what are we doing?
And then
I
you got
like even the Chiefs at the Cowboys. Like, I think the Chiefs are going to smoke the Cowboys, but it's like the first time that like I think people are willingly going to be like cheering
but
for the Cowboys.
think about it. You have Jordan Love versus Jared Goff. You have Pat Mahomes versus Dak Prescott, and then you cap it off with Lamar Jackson versus Joe Burrow.
Perfect.
Like perfect Thanksgiving. And then like
Now injuries though, at that the teams could look very different at that point in the
yeah,
game.
obviously on paper right now, best Thanksgiving Day lineup in a long time. But if you're a Bengals and a Browns fan, you have two choices, Dan. And I know you're not neither, and I'm a Bengals fan. If you want to see the Bengals play the Browns, you have your choices. You can go week 1 and sweat your ass off, or go week 18 and freeze your ass off. The choice is yours.
I've done I've done a week
I've
like
done both, by the way.
it wasn't week 18. It was like I
It
think
was
week
like
16
week
at the
16.
time. 16, and it was Bengals at Browns in like late December, early January, middle of a snowstorm. One of the funnest things, one funnest times I've ever been to a game. Not even a fan of either team. And
Yeah, I went to Bengals Steelers game in 2016. It was 10 degrees.
it was the really bad like Browns too back in like when there was a year they won one game and it was versus the Bengals that year who I think were in the wild card or
We no, they didn't. We swept them that year. Their only win was against Pittsburgh.
yeah, no, but like did the Bengals go to the wild card that year or were
Yeah,
the
we lost to like the
Steelers?
Colts,
Oh yeah, yeah.
something like that.
You guys lost. I know that. It's the we forget about that streak, bro. It's over. Hey, you got multiple playoff wins in different years. It's over.
Been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I'm not good. I'm not okay.
You're all right. You could be worse.
I want to see my team win a Super Bowl.
You
I'd
will.
honestly trade. I'd rather see Ohio State win. I would rather see Ohio State beat Michigan and not go to the national championship this year, and watch Penn State win the national championship for my buddy Aaron because he's an Eagles fan. Than see. I'd rather see that happen and then see the Bengals win the Super Bowl. I'm
I'd be okay with that. I'd be cool with that. I think that's a fair trade. Now, I don't want that to happen because obviously but like I would like to see Ohio get a Super Bowl because this state needs a Super Bowl. Like the Buckeyes, the Buckeyes carry the state so much. Like someone else, can you get us a ship? The crew do great.
this is a good fan question, non-Ohio State related. We've seen Ohio State win a national championship. Would you rather see the Bengals or Browns win a Super Bowl, the Blue Jackets win the Stanley Cup, or the Guardians or Reds win the World Series?
Hmm. Are we just and we're not putting
I
not the Cavs on there because they just did it kind
No,
of.
yeah, they just did it a couple years ago. I think our fans on our Twitter would rather see the Bengals or Browns win the Super Bowl than the others.
I agree because the Blue Jackets, I don't think like hockey doesn't get enough pull. Football is usually king, and then with baseball, some people have seen the Reds win a World Series because they won in I think the
I
'70s
was
and
2 years old.
yeah. So
They went the 90s, 1990. I don't remember it.
you remember you remember. I'm telling you, in your heart you watch those games.
I don't even think I was a Reds fan
That
back.
was, dude, that was literally me as a dad having Troy in front of the TV during the Natty. I'm like, you're not gonna remember this, but like I put you in front of the TV and you watched a couple snaps. So you saw a Natty.
My Believe it or not, my first favorite baseball team was the New York Yankees.
Yeah, I know.
I'd see Derek Jeter and all them guys play.
Yeah. It's baseball season. But Cass, that's
Yeah,
all I got.
we lost the series to the White Sox, so
Yeah. Everyone, thank you for listening. Go check out Forever Game Day. Got the game shirt on with the logos on the back. Got my lunatic fringe hat. Kind of, yeah. But thank you so much for listening to another episode. Have a great weekend and go Bucks.
go Bucks.